Mr. McCluskey, I kind of feel sorry for you being here today because you're really representing a system that really has no defense, and I appreciate your apology at the beginning of your statement. And I'll just start today by looking at page 27 of the VA's internal audit, which was released today. The medical sister in the Oscar G. Johnson VA Hospital in Iron Mountain, Michigan, was listed as being in Wisconsin. Now, you can't place the facility in the right state, so I don't know how we can trust you with the big stuff. And like I said, I feel sorry for you standing there today. You know, the IG's interim report said that the VA told them the wait times in Phoenix averaged 24 days, with 43% waiting more than 14 days. But when they went and took a similar sample, they found the average wait time of the sample was 115 days, with 85% being more than 14 days. How are we supposed to trust anything the VA says about this?
Dr. Benishek, thank you for your question. I would just tell you that we had a few slight version control issues towards the tail end of this, and we know where Iron Mountain is, and it didn't make it into the final draft. I would tell you...
how am I supposed to trust this data you did today, you submitted today, when you know the last data you submitted was completely different than the IG reported shortly thereafter? You see the problem that we have here, Mr. Kowski. I feel sorry for you sitting there.
Every 2 weeks from here on out, bi-monthly, we will produce data. As our integrity and our reporting improves, we may likely see that our timeliness worsens.
All right. Well, frankly, I don't believe you, Mr. Mikulski. I tend to associate myself with the thought of Mrs. Kirkpatrick across the aisle there, who said that this system needs a complete revamp and restructuring because there's no accountability here. There's complacency. I like to associate myself with Mr. Ruiz, who strongly recommend prosecution, and with you, Mr. Griffin, for your comments about people aren't getting fired for not doing their job. And frankly, I think we need leadership at the VA, and hopefully we'll get that, where we have some leadership that will make people responsible and fire people that are not getting the job done, because this culture of not being able to get the job done and it doesn't matter is got to stop. And I appreciate your comments. We kind of slid them in there in your testimony that people need to get fired. And we need to make that happen despite whatever the work rules and all the criticism that we get. We need to have a system that the management at the top can fire the people that aren't doing the job and to listen to people at the ground who have the comments. Dr. Rowe talked about the simplest thing that every private practice in the world does, is they call the patients a day or two before the appointment to confirm that they're coming to the appointment. And the VA hasn't figured that out? I mean, it's impossible to believe that that actually occurs. And that, you know, the appointment people are writing people letters telling them when their appointment is without talking to them. It's like, really? Nobody's getting fired over this kind of decision making? I mean, it's just unbelievable that this is occurring. And I appreciate you, Mr. Griffin, for your comments. And we need to have leadership within the VA and a system within the VA that holds people accountable and makes it known that if you don't do your job, you're going to be out of there or you're going to be prosecuted. Just simply that happening will change the entire culture there. Mr. Griffin, could you comment? I have a few more seconds left on where do you think this leadership should come from? Do you think it should come from the top, or do you think it should come from the bottom? Or give me some more comments on your thoughts about this.
I think you need leadership up and down the chain of command. What we have witnessed on some of our previous work was that VHA has sent out requirements. They sent out safety alerts. They directed the medical centers to address the issue and to certify that they had taken corrective action.
Does somebody sign these certifications, Mr. Griffin?
Just to finish the thought, we went out unannounced and determined that 42% had actually did what they said they did, and the other 50% did not, even though they certified that they had accomplished the directive.
without any consequences to their career.
Not that I'm aware of. I would ask VHA to speak to that. I'm not aware of anyone being held accountable for that, but I don't know how you could not hold someone accountable for a direct disobey of an order like that.
But it apparently occurs every day, Mr. Griffith. I'm out of time. Thank you.